All right, game recap. Great game by Nick. I mean, he played well. Almost mistake free on his end. Me losing my stud linebacker was tough, but he lost like I think 3 players, maybe even um, maybe even 3 linebackers. I know 2 of them were linebackers. So no excuse there, but it definitely he opened up his run game a lot more once I lost theory. But I mean, this was the tell of the tape here. I mean, some of those are empty calorie interceptions, but I threw one of them is definitely just Madden being Madden, but I think one of them definitely on me in the fourth quarter. That's one of the empty calories, and the last one was definitely me. I can't remember the first one or the second one, but that was a tell of the tape. Me not being able to effectively get the ball down the field was definitely an issue there. I got Pierce going a little bit. Wasn't able to get him real loose, but I came out with a slightly different game plan and, should have stuck with the original game plan, clearly. But Harris, man, freaking stud, dude. I don't know what his break tackle is, but it definitely isn't a low rating. I can tell you that, because he was breaking tackles left and right. And then Stevenson came in and he was breaking tackles. And then Andrews came in and broke 2 tackles on the first one, or maybe it was just 1 tackle on the first one. But yeah, I mean, it was just like, bro, like I don't know why they not giving them to him, but their Joker was shrugging people off, man. So he was really good. He was my concern to stop, and I couldn't stop him. So good distribution on the passes. Tanyan leading with 5. Wilkins leading the solo tackles with 4, leading assists and overall. Good game there by Wilkins. Tackles for a loss, 6, 11 of them. 12 tackles for a loss. What did Theory have before he got hurt? Yeah, one solo, 1 for a loss, and a sack. 4 sacks. Grenard was eaten early on. Had 1 interception there by Cloud. Great play right there on that one. 1 pass deflection by Cooks. No forced fumble, no fumble recoveries, no defensive touchdowns. Let's take a look at these highlights. Or if you get blown out like this, lowlights. This one was one of those where I was like, okay, here we go. So he switches on, comes back, and I mean, you can't expect a linebacker to play this any better, to be honest. I mean, it's like right there. He played it as well as he should right there. So he ends up getting a touchdown off of that one. So he goes up 7-0 pretty early. Our defensive pressure started getting there. I mean, only rushing 3 there. Tried a little drop coverage against him because he likes to run a lot of digs and zigs. And, so I was like, all right, well, let's just run this little drop coverage and see how he handles it. Probably should have came back to it, to be honest, because he kept running a decent amount there. Passing game was just looking a little bit rough early on. Got Damian Pierce going. Let's see. Yeah, this one. This was just crazy. Now, this was not what I was wanting to do with his motion. So that was on me. I don't think I've ever ran this play. I think this is the first time I ran this counter play action. But it worked because it got the safety out of the way. But I'm thinking I'm like faking and rolling. And so I start running. So the ball maybe is a little bit off here, but I mean, it just goes right through his hands. I mean, and then bounces off his face mask and he catches it for an interception. So, I mean, what do you do with that, right? Like it's at that point that's I'm scoring a touchdown on that drive or I'm kicking a field goal and it's 10 to 14 or 10 to 14 up, so, definitely just one of those things, Madden gonna be Madden. This one, great protection here. Theory was able to get on the edge there. Great protection, great coverage. Everybody pretty much manned up. Somebody, Van Ginkel, ended up getting toasted right here, number 43. If he had time, he probably could have hit him, but I was covering deep on that, so that was there. And then, of course, Stingley. Yep. Stingley decides, let's let him get in our chest and then just jump off of him and just try to catch up. So, on one hand, I'm glad he caught up to him, but on the other hand, like, bro, it's 3rd and 20. What you think is happening? And I put him over the top too. So he just took off. Stingley did a bad job of covering him there. I gambled, came with the blitz to try to get a little pressure on him. So that's on me. I also got stuck right here on a defensive tackle. That was an accident, but still it wouldn't have mattered because I wouldn't have been covering deep half. So this one here basically just covered the crossers. Tight end was basically boxed on the right out there. So a bit of a coverage sack there. So good play right there by Bernard. And this one, knew the corner was coming. He aggressive catched on that one. Before the play, I was wanting to run cover 4 without match. But it was just regular cover 4. But I kind of expected the corner to come on that one and just didn't play it well. I could tell that, it was going to be a jump ball. So I tried to switch and get in position, but I got no animation or anything. So good thing I at least got the tackle. Held him to a field goal. So 14-7 at this point. That one should have been, it should have been at least 14 up. 10 to 14 on that one. Yeah, this one here, I was waiting for confirmation there, but I just love my right tackle right here. Look at it. He's just standing there. He's like, oh, go ahead. I think that's Matthew Judon. He just let him go. Right tackle. I don't know if I said right or left there, but I should have took what he gave me. That was part of my problem. Came out and wasn't taking what he gave me. Okay, so there's a punt after that, and then he just tried to throw a couple. Got another sack, empty calorie sack, but is what it is. At least it stopped the bomb. Yeah, this one a little bit of a delay, release, bump. Yeah, this is another one. Normally I would have been covering that, but me trying to make the audibles and switches, I end up getting caught on a defensive lineman. And after that, it's too late. He's wide open. But I would have normally been a middle linebacker on that. And then Damian Harris, this was funny. Boom! And then he gets 2 yards into the end zone. Like, come on, man. Sometimes it be your own people. That was a great hit by this random linebacker, Bernard, who had to play in the game because Theory got hurt. But stopped him right here, and then they just pushed him in for 2 yards. Like, that's why I say it's just one of those things, man. One of those kind of games that stuff like that was happening. Check this one out. Now look, yeah, there's pressure. He gets rid of the ball before pressure gets there, and look where he throws this. That's who he's throwing it to. Look where he throws it. I mean, at that point, I think it was we were down. I guess because he had just scored there, so it's 24-7. Like I'm feeling like, yeah, like we can still come back. We're able to throw the ball. We can get back in the game. Uh, and that's the pass. I mean, he's wide open. I don't even get it. Like it makes no sense. Can't explain that one. I can't explain that one. I can't explain a drop pass hitting a face mask and being a interception either. But in real life, that kind of stuff happens. Goes through somebody's hands. So is what it is, right? Those things happen. This was a great cutback, by the way. But that one is just inexplicable. That's just dumb stuff happening. But this one, over pursued, he was able to cut back. Cloud got through the line, but he couldn't get around fast enough. So really, really good run right there on the cutback. I expected the toss left. I could tell he had flipped his formation, so I was expecting, or let me say something outside. I wasn't necessarily expecting a toss per se, but I expected a toss or a stretch or something to the outside on the left. But so that's why I over pursued. But really good play there. This one, safety bit on the outside. I mean, Nico just had a tough time every time he was in two. Nico had a tough time. Like, look at like he played it well to the out, but this is like an out and up, and that's not what he was running. Like, it was just weird. Nico just had a really tough time on that one, but the safety still bit out, so went ahead and hit the tight end there. By this point, it's like just tossing them up because like the game is pretty much out of hand. So just trying to get deep there. This one here was a good read. Actually, no, not this one. This was the other one. Yeah, see, Tanya was wide open right there. But I was watching this off the line. He got a free release and they're even. So I'm like, all right, go up top. Davis never throws streaks like this. I mean, that's a bullet. And I was trying to throw that over the top on the outside, and he throws it straight. So, I mean, really good interception by the corner. I mean, corner's right there. So it's just bad placement. So good play right there by the corner. Just terrible placement. I mean, you can see even right here. I mean, he has a step, so if he places that right, that's at least a completion, or at least not an interception. Let's just say that. So anyway, definitely a Sunday night massacre. QS is correct. There was some bad stuff that was happening on our end, and we just couldn't overcome it. So tough L, tough. You gonna really really? You gonna get an upgrade after that performance? The heck? That's whack. We'll take it though. Almost at 85. So Davis is almost at 85 when we'll be able to get another ability. I mean, these are pretty much whack. That one, he missed a wide open rollout pass with no pressure. So this one's trash. And his X factor was lit up. So yeah, that's trash. Definitely don't like that one. Not for him for sure. But good season. We're able to get 2 rounds into the playoffs. Really was hoping to be able to get that third win. I'm sorry, get into the third round of the playoffs. Was hoping we'd be able to get there and be able to face, the buzzsaw that is the Ravens. But I'm looking forward to seeing another great running game versus another great running game. So that should be an interesting one. On the other side of the fence, we have Cowboys versus Saints tomorrow. And then it's going to be CEO versus one of them. I think either one of those games, CEO versus either one, will be a good game as well. So we got some good playoff football coming ahead. Looking forward to that. We've excelled on our season in terms of where we were trying to be. Across each season. Dang, 4 weeks. It would have been tough to beat 55 without Theory anyway, for sure. But we've met our goals. First season, we excelled beyond what we were expecting. We expected 4, got like 7 wins. Second season, we expected 7, ended up making the playoffs. Third one, we expected playoffs, and we made the second round. So hopefully next season we can come back again and have a decent season. We have some re-signs that we have to. I think we got all the re-signs squared away. A couple that we have to fill some gaps. So Brandon Cooks, we got to fill that gap. And then the majority of the rest of them, we either were not interested or we actually already assigned them. And we still got 24 million in cap room. So we'll see how we do on the draft. Looking forward to that. And seeing if we could fill some more of the gaps. I mean, our squad right now is not a really highly touted. We don't have any overpowering players at any position, right? Like our players aren't like there's not one player that you come in and you're like, oh my God, like I don't know how we're gonna stop that player. Pierce is probably the closest, but he's not unstoppable for sure. But hopefully we can get a really good player in that first. But I see we're at 27, won't be too great. And then we just have 1, 2, and 2, 3. So hopefully in these first 4 we can hit and get something good. We'll see. But other than that, we are good to go. Got another 3 years for 5 million for Coach Lovely Smith II. We out. Great game, Nick. Best of luck going forward.